MOBtv. Welcome to the family.
You know, it's worth talking about. And while you're in there, I know you think a lot about the new future when you get out. What were you thinking? Did you ever plan on going back to the life? Or did you make that decision that I'm done?
No, actually, when they came and cuffed me in '99, I was done.
Ah, so you knew.
I knew. Something had happened to me. It was in '98, actually, March of '98. And I actually found Christ again on the street.
Okay.
And my mother had a church for years in East Boston. And Pastor Lewis had it at the time. And a born-again Christian, all of that, you know. So I started going back to my mother's church with a bodyguard. He was a May guy, Tommy Caruso. He passed away now. Tommy became born again, praying in tongues, all of that, you know. But I couldn't tell anybody, Larry.
It's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of.
No,
you know, but you couldn't. I understand why you couldn't.
I
tell
want to tell
anybody.
May guys, listen, I'm done.
No,
you know, I couldn't do that. I was a boss, and we were still had problems on the street. You know, so I just couldn't walk away.
Yeah.
So I figured when I got pinched, it's my opportunity. I'll go do my time, move down to Florida. I had it all planned out.
Right.
But it didn't work out the way I wanted. You know? Yeah. It didn't work out.
It doesn't always.
No.
Yeah.
No. But getting back to the prison, it was helpful for me because I had a goal now. And I was searching and I was reading, I was studying. And a lot of these guys, knowing who was on the street with my reputation, they used to come and talk to me about God, the Bible. And before you know, I started a Bible class. Then I started a college course. I got a degree in theology.
Excellent.
I wrote a book while I was in prison.
About your life?
No, it was a Christian book.
Oh, okay.
It broke God's plan revealed. It breaks down the Bible from Genesis to Revelation.
Is it out there for sale now?
Oh, yeah, it's on Amazon.
Oh.
So, I mean, I had plans of what I wanted to do when I got out, you know, and I helped a lot of guys in there. Fortunately, I was a little educated. I was the GED teacher. I had some good jobs in there. And I always found something to do in there.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't the type of guy that could lay in my bunk all day.
No. That'll weigh you out.
Oh, yeah.
Just thinking, and you got to keep your mind occupied. Physically, you got to stay occupied also.
Oh, yeah.
You got to keep yourself healthy.
Oh, I ran every day, did the weights, did the whole thing.
Right.
You know?
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, you got to do that in there. You got to keep your mind straight. I see guys go stir crazy, and it was terrible.
Oh, you get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad. A lot of guys can't handle it.
And they get on the phone, and they talking to their families, and they break apart. They just, you know.
My problem was with all my money, I don't believe I left my wife in the right position. I know I did.
Right.
You know, we're always out there. It's always on the come. Bookmaker call me up. I need 40,000. Who needs 30? Who needs 20? You know, you're always giving the money out. Yeah, I left $1 million on the street when I left, but I didn't take care of my wife the right way.
Yeah.
She still had money. We had the house and everything, thank God. You know, when I did what I did, she sold the house. She bought a condo down in Sunrise, Florida, and tried to move on, you know. And my wife was a good girl.
You still in touch? You still stay?
Oh, we talk all the time.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's good. Good.
I see my kids. You know, my baby's only 25, so she was only 2 years old when I went in.
Oh, God, that's me. Mine was 1 year.
Yeah. So you know what it's like.
Yeah. I come home, he's almost 11.
Yeah.
So
it's hard. You know, we're getting that relationship back together. My son was 13. My oldest daughter passed away a few years ago, my Danielle. She was the closest to me.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, it was December of '99 I lost her.
Horrible.
Terrible with these drugs and everything, Larry. Terrible, you know. That's probably the only regret that I have was selling all the drugs that I sold.
Yeah.
Even though I never sold those heavy drugs, but even the drugs I sold, I know ruined people's lives.
Of course. You take a responsibility, you see it now. And,
Yeah.
you know, I believe people could change. And a lot of us have proven that.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. You know, they ask me that all the time. You know, Bobby, you killed people. You did this, you did that. But see, I feel like we're soldiers, Larry.
I agree.
We're in a war.
We
We were soldiers. We weren't civilians. We're la Cosa Nostra. We did what we had to do. When people look at to kill me, I never went in a drugstore and killed an innocent person. I don't have to be ashamed of what I did. I don't think any of us gone in there to be murderers, Larry. That wasn't our intent.
Nope. Make money.
Yeah.
The easy way out.
The easy way out, yeah.
And it turns out to not be.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No.
It was 24/7. It's terrible.
All the years you spent on the street doing these different things, if you would have stayed in school, you would have been a lawyer or a doctor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The 10 years in prison, I could have been a lawyer.
Well, I say it all the time. A lot of us guys and a lot of the bosses, especially in New York, they could have been Fortune 500.
Over the years, yeah.
Over the years. Some of these guys were so smart, you know, but some of them were just too devious.
Devious and greedy.
And greedy.
Take it over, right.
Yeah.
So,
but they had the smarts for it.
yeah. No, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You know, to build up something from nothing and, now, you know, it's like a bank and have all these millions of dollars out on the street earning interest.
Yeah.
Collecting it is another story.
Yeah.
That's again where you start going over the line into the violent part of the life.
Yeah, you
that
do.
you didn't expect. You
Yeah.
wanted to make money. But yeah, so that's all great stuff. And now you'll have a podcast now.
I got the podcast. I got the Bobby Luisi show.
Mm-hmm.
It's on YouTube. But we do every Wednesday night, we do a live show at 8 p.m. Eastern. Me and Paul Tanzo. Paul Tanzo was a May guy in my crew.
Right.
He
I
was
met him
underneath
through the
Paul.
show.
Yeah.
And he's a character.
Great guy.
Yeah, I could
Love
see that.
Paulie.
Yeah.
He's
And
like
you
a
guys
brother.
go back.
Oh, since he was a kid. He was around my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grew up with all the cousins, and he grew up with my younger cousins and my brothers.
Right.
You know.
And he came under your wing along the way.
Well, I took him under my
Yeah,
wing.
yeah.
I seen the potential in Paulie. Made me a lot of money.
Yep.
Would do whatever I ask, even till today.
Well, that's what I say. You know, people don't realize it's not the evil side of the people that get recruited. It's they see the good qualities.
Yeah.
Loyalty, respect.
But see, people don't understand, Larry, that's bred into us. The loyalty is bred into us, the honor, the respect, the men that we believed who we were. It's the other people that corrupted us. You know, how do I stay loyal and go do life and let all these guys go home? Am I a pincushion now?
Right.
They think because of what we did, we're still not loyal. We're not honorable, and that's not true. We did what we had to do to survive.
Business survival.
It's business.
Right.
Like they try to bring us down because they wanted to go home.
Right.
You know?
How many people do you know that had a happy ending in this life?
I don't know any.
I don't know any either.
There's too many regrets.
Yep.
There is.
Yeah.
At the end, I think there's too many.
Yeah, my own boss, his kid's in prison, one gets killed
Yeah.
because it turned out that he was bad, as you know, my boss, Greg Scarpa.
Yep.
But yeah, it never turns out good.
No, it doesn't.
Dead, jail.
Mm-hmm. You know, I see it now. There's a lot of things going on in Philly right now because I still pay attention. That was my family.
Right.
I still love a lot of those guys down there, you know. I don't know if they feel the same way, but I feel that way.
Well,
And but that's all right.
I'll tell you, the real men do.
Yeah.
The wannabes and the fakes will always have something stupid to say. I've
All
learned
the
that.
time.
But the guys that are real, like I told you about my friend Buddy,
Mm-hmm.
it was a real guy.
Yeah. But people that watch the show, they don't understand that, Larry.
Right.
You know, but we do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know, I guess 15 of them got picked up a few years ago. They caught them again on a tape with a ceremony of 15.
Oh, good.
And it just goes on and on. And I know this thing's happening up in Boston right now. It's quiet, but, you know, I feel bad for these guys that are still in their life and have no place else to go.
Really. I do too. There's some of them I love to
Yeah.
this day, and they're in and out of jail, and I don't understand. But you know, in my book, I put something, and I want your opinion on this.
Yeah.
I compared our life to that little train that goes around the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It just keeps on going
Yeah.
and going and going. It goes nowhere.
Nowhere.
And that's like us.
Yeah.
You get on and off, maybe at a different stop, or shuffle your way up to the front to be the boss,
Yeah.
you know? But it never stops. It never goes away.
It doesn't.
Unless you find a better way.
Yeah, it's a continuous
Yeah,
cycle.
yeah.
I think the reconviction rate is about 80-something%.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it was that high when I was in. I remember some statistic like that. I can't remember exactly.
But I knew, I knew myself, like you said, or you said it that second. It took maybe a little longer to know I was not going back. But I said to myself, even if I win the case, doesn't matter. Then I'm going to be in their hooks forever. They
Yeah.
will never let me out of their hooks.
Never.
Or you, or anybody that walks out that door.
No. I got to tell you a story. So I get out, I go to Tennessee. I became a pastor down there. Faith Keepers Ministry under Bishop Coleman. Great guy. It was a black church.
Yeah.
I love the people in there, you know.
Nice.
At that time, I was going through some stuff with I had gotten remarried and that wasn't working out. And I just didn't feel that was the time for me to be teaching. So I ended up getting divorced. I stood in Tennessee for about 5 years. I liked it down there.
Yeah.
You know? Then I went to Florida. So I decided to come back. So I come home. I go down to a friend's place. I don't want to say who. And I just go say hi. I haven't seen him in years. Kid I grew up with, you know. 2 days later, state police, DEA, knocking on my door. My mother's condo. Just got home. Wasn't home a week. Listen, Bobby, we're hearing things about you already. Me. You've been in the North End. You're meeting people. Yeah, we seen you down that guy's place. It's under surveillance. I said, listen, that's a friend. I just wanted to say hi. What are you doing here? I said, what am I doing? I said, I live here, and I'm going to start selling cars. Come on, Bobby. I'm going to start selling cars. They followed me for 3 months, Larry. They didn't believe it.
Yeah.
3 months.
Well,
One time I pull up with my mother in the shopping center behind me. Just want to say hi, he told me. I pull up to the building another time to unload the grocery. You know, my mother, I take care of them.
right,
Right?
of course.
Unload the grocery, I turn around, he's standing there. So what's going on? He was a great guy.
Yeah.
Don't get him, nice guy. You know, he was concerned.
Yeah.
You know, because he's hearing things on the phone he don't want to tell me, you know. But I think they never really believe that we're done.
Yeah, I believe that too.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to let their grips out of you. They want to hold on to you, and
Yeah.
but very skeptical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that with a lot of us guys.
MOBtv. Welcome to the family.
Well, you know, the problem I had, obviously, the way I reorganized Boston on my crew. So they got me up there like that. You know, I'm an organizer. I could put things together,
Right,
you know. And I think if it was in my heart, I probably still could, but that's not in my heart anymore.
right. No,
Who wants to go out there and do that? And I want to be a drug dealer
you'll be
again?
back
Larry?
on that train, and you're going to get off at the same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a bad life. And I just,
Yeah, vicious cycle.
yeah.
You know,
yes.
we lived through it. So, you know, us telling our stories, like, it's so good to hear it from you.
Larry, you know, when my wife moved on, and I got to give her credit, she stood with me for a long time. It crushed me.
Yeah.
Crying in my cell. Big tough guy in there was crying in my cell. I blocked the window.
Yeah.
For days and weeks, it went on, like, not every day, you know.
I know.
But she broke my heart. But look at what I did to her.
Yeah.
6 months we were married. I had a guma. We didn't know any better.
I know. We thought it was okay. Yeah. And then all the time, she was doing the time too. They were
was
doing
doing it.
worse time than you.
You know, she told me one time, because I would just give her money. She says, I can't believe, you know, like you bought me off, she said. And I guess in a way I did. You know, in our life, our understanding is as long as the kids are eating and got what they want, she got the house, that's it. That's all we got to do. But that's not all we have to do. We got to be good fathers and good husbands. We got to cherish our wives, you know, and I'll probably never find a love like that again.
So we told you you have some regrets, but not that many. If you had to change, what would you change? Would you stay a carpenter?
That's a funny story. Because again, my wife told me, when I got back, she says, I married a carpenter. What happened to you? She told me.
Now you're painting houses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's seeing guys coming in, there's pistols all over them, but she don't know what's going on, this poor girl. Her father was a cop. Her grandfather was chief of police at Medford.
Wow.
So she come from the cop side,
Right.
you know, and then she seeing what I'm doing, and she just can't believe the articles are coming out in the paper.
Yeah. That's where a lot of it, the truth comes out.
I got to tell you a funny story.
Please.
They might appreciate this. There was a restaurant I used to go to a lot of restaurants. But I used to take care of the one in the neighborhood in Medford. So when I go in there, they put in the D. Martin CD for me
Right.
because they know I like that.
Right.
They got my table in the back. And she's sitting there one night, she's laughing at me, Larry. So what are you laughing about, I told her. Says, it's all going to be over soon, she said. I swear to God.
Wow.
Says, you think this is going to last? It's all going to be over soon. And she just looked at me and was laughing at me like it was a joke.
Yeah.
You know, she was right. A few years later, I got cuffed up.
We went through the regrets. It's always important. I like to hear that. Because I've always spoken about mine, you know, my different regrets and if I could do things differently. And one thing I bring up is you wouldn't be where you are. Any change you made, you wouldn't be where you are today.
Well, see, I believe that. And our past made us what we are today. I think that path was always meant for me. Larry, if I wanted it or not. There was like a delay in it when I was doing the building, but I knew eventually I was going to come back to it.
Right.
And I'll tell you, when things were getting slow in the vineyard, and I had opened a Chinese restaurant down there, first one on Martha's Vineyard in Eggertown, and we got the Chinese from Boston, shipped them down, put them up down there. And I was telling my partner, Junior, the building's going down. I had 20 guys working for me. I couldn't get a job myself. So I started making plans in my head. I know what I'm going to do. And you know what that was.
Yep.
I thought that out a year before I got home, how I was going to do and what moves I was going to make. I always premeditate everything, And I think it just nudged me right back in where I didn't want to be. But I think it was just meant to be.
Yeah.
Well, you know how I looked at it? I was 20 years old. I got my first builder's license. I bought my first 3-family building at 21 years old. By 23, I had 3 of them. I had some partners in the other ones. And like I said, we're making them. Did a big condo complex at 84.
Wow. So you were collecting rents or just selling them?
No, I was collecting rents too, selling them, whatever we were doing.
That was
I was
successful.
I was doing it. And I said, look, now I'm 30 years old. I lost everything. 10 years of my life, I struggled. We still had houses and cars, but it was a struggle, Larry, Do I want to go back to this? Now my credit's shot. What am I going to do now?
You get stuck back in.
Yeah. I still want to be a copper to look what it did to me, And I just wanted the easy money.
Yeah.
And, guys like us, we have that inside of us, Larry. We couldn't help it.
There's that something, no doubt about it.
I was violent before I came back and joined the mob. I did a lot of bad things before that. So, I knew I had that in me.
Right.
Unfortunately, I had a lot of my father in me. He was a vicious bastard.
Wow.
Yeah. And a tough guy, a big guy, And I guess I just followed in his footsteps and those iniquities. I never wanted to do that.
Right.
But I ended up there.
It happened, yeah.
But that's fate. A lot of people get this illusion in life. I don't care if you're a policeman, a fireman. I don't care what you do. There's a lot of people that get this illusion in what they're doing. They just don't want to do that anymore. They want to change careers. They don't,
Right.
There's something that happened at that point, and I want people to understand what happened to us at our point, and why the decisions that we made. When you're going out there, we think these guys love us, they're loyal to us, and it really doesn't work like that.
There's a story to be told. There's a lesson to be learned.
That's right.
I'm so happy you came on.
Larry, thank you so much for having me on tonight.
Thank you for being here.
It's an honor to be here, my friend.
Thank you.